I recently made a response video to SamiZataari's video, Moroccan Girl Forced to Marry Her Rapist, a Muslim Opinion. I asked SamiZataari 4 questions. 1. Does he believe his God exists? Or 2. Does he know his God exists? And 3. Does his God want humanity to know it exists? Or 4. Does his God not want humanity to know it exists? I received a video response from someone else. Let's check it out.
Question is asked, why doesn't God just pop up and appear so everybody can see him and everybody will believe from that point on? Well, if you follow the storyline of the storybook for most atheists, you'll find that according to what it says that there was war a long time ago. It says Michael fought against the dragon and the dragon fought and prevailed not.
After going on for some time about dragon wars, he finally answered my questions. 1 as yes and 4 as yes. He only believes his God exists, and God does not want humanity to know it exists. Well, my friend, every single thing you said after those answers was completely made up then. Now back to SamiZataari. He wrote this in his description box. A Moroccan who was forced to marry her rapist has recently killed herself. She was forced to do this in the name of honor, a backward tribalistic mentality and tradition that some people follow, a tradition that has nothing to do with Islam. SamiZataari is one of 3 things: completely ignorant of his own religion, dishonest beyond words, or nothing but a liar. During the lifetime of the Prophet Muhammad, he did not punish the rape victim, but the rapist. Let's see how he came to this ignorant conclusion about his Allah's commandments. Sunan Abu Dawood, Book 38, number 4366. Narrated by Wail ibn Hujr. When a woman went out in the time of the Prophet for prayer, a man attacked her and overpowered, raped her. She shouted and he went off. And when a man came by, she said, "That man did such and such to me." And when a company of the immigrants came by, she said, "That man did such and such to me." They went and seized the man, whom they thought had had intercourse with her, and brought him to her. She said, "Yes, this is he." Then they brought him to the Apostle of Allah. This, by Sammy's video and writings, means this woman, remember, by Muslim standards a 9-year-old girl is a woman, was not engaged nor a married woman. Because if an engaged or married woman was raped, she'd be guilty of adultery or cheating and stoned to death if she did not cry out during the rape. If she did but was not heard, too bad for her. Because even if another man had caught the rapist in the act, she would still need 3 other men to come forward saying they saw this man rape her for her to be believed. Not 2 men, that's not enough. Not 3 men, the rape would still be in question. 4 men are required for this woman to be taken seriously. This equals carte blanche to rape in Muslim society, something Sammy advocates, because he advocates his Allah. When he, the Prophet, that would be Muhammad, the pedophile, was about to pass sentence, the man who actually had assaulted her stood up and said, "Apostle of Allah, I am the man who did it to her." And of the man who had had intercourse with her, he said, "Stone him to death." He also said he has repented to such an extent that if the people of Medina had repented similarly, it would have been accepted from them. In other words, he confessed. Confessing is repentance. What does repentance get you? Well, Allah forgives you and you won't be going to hell. That only saves you from half God's wrath. He was still killed. According to this sick fanatic, a rapist deserves death. No, rapists deserve to have the wide end of a sledgehammer shoved up their asses repeatedly. If they're male, I've been raped. I've had a girl or 2 I didn't want to have sex with at that moment force me into it. I chalk that up to a learning experience. What did I learn? No doesn't really mean no for me. Well, I've had a guy or 2 try that too, but I stuck to my guns. So no doesn't actually mean no for me when it comes to females. I did have one of these guys ask me if there was anything wrong with homosexuality. I said no, of course. He said, then there is nothing wrong with you having sex with me. I asked if he was born gay. He said, yeah. I said I was born hetero. He said, you're lost. But I digress. Sammy believes that when this man was brought before Muhammad, that he was on trial. Sorry, pal. She was on trial. If he had not confessed to this crime, she was out of luck. She would have been forced to marry your identical twin, as was the woman in this story. He says this tragedy has nothing to do with Islam, because Morocco is a secular state. He is a fool. Morocco is a Muslim state, hence the verdict for this lost girl. The United States is a secular state. Tell me what the outcome would have been here, Sammy. SamiZataari may say this marriage is a corruption of his religion. Tell him to show you that in his Quran, his Allah's word, and only in the Quran. Not what Muhammad said, not what some ancient or contemporary cleric said or wrote, not what Sammy says, but what his God says. Hadiths, Muhammad, Sammy, and nothing else matters. Only the words of his God, the Quran. Sammy is not a Muslim, although his mindset puts him in their class. He just lied about his God, attempting to make it palatable to you and me. Sammy knows his religion is an evil, disgusting, murderous, terrorist cell, and lying is all he has.